Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Shannon Show. We're going to give this another go. I already had one run at this with these boys, but I'm very happy to be here with them, as always, and I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. We have new episodes every weekend, and follow us on Instagram for the trailers and announcing who the week's guests are, all that good stuff at the Shannon Show. We also have a merch store. Check that out. All sorts of fun shirts and flags, banners, whatever you want on there. And with no further ado, I have the gentlemen, well, 2/3 of the Generation 3 podcast, Connor Brennan and Martin Pereira.
What's up?
How you guys doing?
Yeah,
Doing
unfortunately, Alex can be here. We had him in the first recording, but yeah, that one kaput. But now we're re-recording. Alex can't be here, so rip in the chat, I suppose.
Very unfortunate. Shout out to Alex. Yeah, we gave this one go already. This was, 2 days ago, and the recording didn't save for some reason, but we're going to give it another go for the fans, because the fans are what's important. And make sure to check
And the
out...
money. The money's what.
Well, there's no money. There's no money.
There's no money. He doesn't.
We're in this for the fans, Mart. Check out my episode with them, which is already uploaded on their YouTube channel on Generation 3. So let's go ahead and get into your podcast first, and then we'll get into a little bit more about you guys. When did you guys decide to start your podcast?
I got this question. So it was like June, I think. It was right around the time when political discourse started to get pretty high in the United States. You know, the tensions were rising. And all I saw were Instagram stories and people, you know, the polarization was there. So I called up my two friends. One is here right now, Martin, and the other one, Alex. And I said, I want to start this thing because I know that you two have very different views from me. And I think it would be useful to have a conversation for our generation. So we just started it up.
Yeah, that's great. I totally agree with that. That is great that you guys... I mean, it is risky, though, starting a political podcast. I know your guys... We won't get into your specific opinions necessarily, but they definitely vary. So did you feel like a little unsure starting this? Were you a little worried about some of the pushback for talking about politics?
I personally was not worried. I don't know about the other two.
I was kind of excited, not gonna lie, because I want to express my political views more than just like Instagram stories, you know? And that's what, just in general, political discourse has turned to, those aesthetic political things where it's like colorful and says Black Lives Matter, because that's what political discourse has been reduced to, you know?
Yeah,
and a huge aspect I wanted to bring to this is talking to people all across the spectrum, because, and not for debates, but for discussions, because I think that will truly heal the political divide. Because with debates, you only get more entrenched into your own views. It is just yelling and nothing gets done, really. But with discussions, you really learn what the other side believes in. And hopefully, with actual discussions, that's what changes minds.
Yeah, I think it's good to be told that you're wrong more than told that you're right. Because if you're told that you're right all the time, you're just gonna get stuck in this echo chamber where you think that, you know, everyone is wrong and you're the guy in charge, you're the girl in charge, and that's not good, especially in politics. And that's what social media creates, this place where you're just told you're correct all the time, that your opinion's the right opinion. So discussing what different views we have, you know, discussing our different views is quite important, especially in this time.
Yeah, I have to say, whenever I came across your podcast, I think I ran into you guys on your Instagram account firstly, and, you know, I saw it and I'm like, well, I have a podcast, it's great. And then I was like, wait a second, I know these guys, this is awesome. And I have to say, it is just so refreshing to see someone from my generation. I know it's all about Generation Z, for Generation Z, which I think is great, to have this kind of political conversation and it not just be Instagram story and then screenshotting someone else's Instagram story and calling them out. And then, like, it's just like this very weird arguments that they never amount to anything. I don't know. It's sad that that's what it's become to, and I think the pandemic being in lockdowns hasn't helped it whatsoever. Everyone's just sitting at home behind their phones. But I want to talk about now a little bit more about the men behind the microphones, because this is the best military kids podcast on the internet officially. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No. I think it's the only one that specifically targets military kids. So you can.
That is
claim
true.
That 100%.
That's true. I've claimed it. Actually, I haven't done much research for other ones, but I'm just gonna take it.
Just take it.
So Connor, I remember you clearly from Kubi. Great wrestling career. I know you might say that's not true, but that's what I heard about a lot. I got to spend a lot of time with your older brother Dane in my Far East drama days, which, yes, that is what it was. So I want to know, what are you up to now, college-wise, and how's it going?
So I'd like to correct you again for the second time.
I know,
I was not a good
said this
wrestler
once.
in Okinawa. I lacked discipline.
Why did everyone say that then?
Probably because I made varsity freshman year. But it was I have a whole story about that. It was totally by chance. I did not deserve it. Anyways, I lack discipline personally in my diet, in my training, in my everyday life. And then when I moved to Hawaii, I had to pick up speed because I realized I was growing up. And speaking of when I moved to Hawaii, you asked me what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
When I moved to Hawaii, I went to a public school. I got a concussion. I was out of public school for 4 or 5 months, in hospital pretty much every day. So when I switched out of that public school, I didn't get my half credit for my junior year because I switched out in around December. So I didn't get my half credit, and I didn't go to school for 5 months after December. So school's already over. So I had to repeat my junior year the following year online. And then currently now I'm in my senior year. So technically I'm a super senior. But this is a part of like military life that a lot of people don't get. Also some of my credits didn't transfer from Kubasaki to their school. So I'm currently still in high school. I'm a senior right now, and I'm going to graduate 2021 instead of 2020. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. What happened with the concussion? I never even heard about this.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it much. I got really quiet when it happened. It happened in December 8th, 2018. I was wrestling some guy from a school called Lelehua. It's in Hawaii. He actually ended up winning states that year. And the ref blew the whistle and I got picked up, tossed my back. It was my fault. I didn't tuck my chin, and I whacked my head and got a pretty severe concussion. You know, the throwing up, the lights, the sound, it all messed me up. And I, MRIs, brain therapy, learning how to read again, stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty severe, but I've recovered fully, I'd say. Yeah.
Wow, that is tremendous. I cannot imagine having to do that. Wow. So now, Martin, I remember you from Kubi as well. We once again, I don't want to say we were great friends, but I remember you, and you nowadays call yourself the Mormon Joe Rogan. Did you, a little bit of a bold title, did you self-proclaim this, or did someone else?
I did not. So I do not have the prowess of Joe Rogan. He is like a comedian, an MMA fighter. I think he's also like a real estate agent. I could be completely wrong. He's
real estate agent.
Does he really do real estate? I know he did Fear Factor.
I could be completely wrong.
I think he could do anything he wanted to be honest with you.
Run for president. I hope he runs for president. But he's a man of many titles, and I don't do anything. So it was mainly the podcast thing. I told my friends, hey, I'm starting a podcast. And my friend, just in a one-off comment, he said, you're the Mormon Joe Rogan. And
you just had to grab it. You're like, yes, that's mine now.
To be fair, Martin, I am also in competition for that title. I'm also Mormon. So
rock, paper, scissors, live on the show.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're like the Mormon young Jamie.
Let's do it. I'll call it, Martin. Right. This is for the Mormon Joe Rogan title. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Oh, we got to tie. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You guys are so out of sync. Is it the audio? Oh, my God. You guys are terrible. Oh, my. All right. One more tie and you both keep it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you guys, no, I'm done. You guys are both the Mormon Joe Rogan. You can be half of them.
No, it's fine. I don't want Martin.
What a selfless man. You can be it, Martin. How does it feel? Mormon Joe Rogan. Martin is on the show. Yes. Happy to have you on. Also, Martin, one more thing before we continue. I was so excited. I was talking to Johnny before we record this. He's at boot camp now. Shout out, Johnny. I hope you're having a great time and doing well for the Marine Corps. Yeah, I'm sure he's having time of his life. He's telling me what everything he's gonna be doing before he left. I'm like, man, you do you. That's tough, but shout out to him for taking that path. He told me that he believed you were the man behind the hit single Richard Thickness. I mean, this spread through Kubi freshman year like a wildfire. Is this true?
It is true. It is true. Unfortunately, it is true. As I said in the last recording, I deeply regret it because I can just not imagine how Richard felt, right? And
I don't remember ever getting Richard's reaction to it or noticing.
I don't remember either, low key, and that's what makes me like feel awful about it because I could just like giving him like a complete like mental breakdown, right? Which I feel like Richard, you're listening to this, right? I'm sorry, bro. Like you're ripped now, from what I've heard. Like how like Connor, you're the last guy to like see like a picture of him. Like, how ripped is he?
The last picture I saw of him was in 2018. I have not heard from him since.
Jeez.
I don't know.
He could
Absolutely shredded.
He's
Low
probably
key.
shredded.
He's
Yeah.
probably shredded. He's just like hunting for me, probably.
Yep.
He's coming for you. I'd watch out, honestly. If you make a song about someone like that, I don't know. Have eyes on the back of my head as well.
Honestly, dude, it's gonna come back to me one day.
I guess it might be long-term karma, but I mean, it wasn't like at the time. I guess we were all just kind of like, it's cyberbullying, whatever, man. It's a funny song. I remember like people on my bus, like not your friends, I don't believe, not anything to do with Richard. We're just like blasting it on a speaker, and I'm like, this is who made this? Who did this? And I didn't know at all you at the time had made that. But now getting to meet you, it's an honor. Mormon Joe Rogan and the voice behind Richard Thickness, everybody.
Thank you.
I mean, that's a tremendous achievement.
Remember that diss track a Kadena kid wrote about Kubi?
Yes.
No.
I have my own story about
Kubasaki
that.
kid. That was a Kubasaki.
No, it was a
kid.
Kadena kid, right?
It was a
No,
Kadena
it wasn't.
kid.
No, he went to Kubasaki. I swear.
I think
Damon
he
or whatever his
transferred,
name
I
was.
think. Yeah.
Oh, he transferred.
I think he
Yeah,
ended up
and
going
I
to
got
Kadena.
he mentioned Richard Thickness by name, so that's
Oh,
my
wow. Yeah. I remember when I heard that song for the first time, it made me really upset. Like, I really was mad about that. I don't remember why. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I was very, when I was at Kubi, I was very, like, big Kubi guy, and I really didn't like Kadena. Multiple
Really?
reasons.
Like, you was just like deeply offended.
No, it was. Like, I did not like Kadena.
Okay,
Yeah, I
fun
know.
fact about this video here. So you see that logo right there?
Yeah.
I designed that logo. He used it
I
without my
thought so.
permission.
Yes. You were the one who made the Snapchat.
That's correct. I made all the Snapchat filters
yes.
for Kubasaki, Camp Foster, Camp Courtney. Yeah.
Isn't there one on Kadena as well?
There is one on
that?
Kadena that says Kubasaki. I'm behind that one as well. Yes.
That is genius. I love that. I remember I went to Kadena and I was just near their high school and I took a picture and I saw the filter. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
Connor's a legend, bro.
Yeah.
This is
Correct.
insane.
I tried to get some like funnier ones in there, but they wouldn't let them pass. It was a pretty hard screening process. So I had to lie about the location on their application process to get the Kubasaki in there. But I was pretty happy when it went live.
Yeah, that was excellent because we didn't have any at all, if I remember correctly, at the
We
school.
did not.
It just made our snaps so much more iconic. Like everybody used those. I'm not gonna lie. I know I did. I'll probably post a few of those snaps, or maybe not. That's personal. You guys don't need to see that. I post way too many of like my own pictures and videos on here of me like doing stupid things. So I need to tone it down a little bit. You guys don't deserve to know that about me. What if you're a future employee watching this right now in the future?
Yeah.
I don't know why they choose this episode, Eating Me My Mo. Maybe it's the last one I ever
Just
do.
like bumping to Richard Thickness, man.
Yeah, they're like, man, this kid's
Yeah.
great. You hire this guy.
Get him
Now-
on a record label.
Now they're listening to Richard Thickness. I do not mess with the Kubi and looking at Snapchat filters. So
Exactly.
your
They're busy.
future employee is set.
You're welcome.
They're set.
You're welcome. Speaking of stopping the podcast, I am at 69 subscribers, guys. So I'm not going to stop, but if I were to, I think this would be as good a time as ever.
This would be a great time. Yeah.
But we're going to keep going, unfortunately. Not unfortunately.
Like literally,
Anyway,
I saw this YouTube comment, right? And I thought it was funny, so I was gonna like it, but it was at like six. I liked the comment, and I realized it was at 666 likes. So I just like took my
Oh.
like back. So
I was gonna
Oh.
call you out for a funny Reddit number moment, but then you said 666, so we're cool. We're cool. It's not a funny Reddit number.
Okay.
He said, "Okay."
I'm so lost.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Someone will get it, hopefully.
Martin, what are you up to nowadays? Sorry, I forgot to ask that. What's going on with you, man?
Just chilling. I work at a surf shop. That's really chill. I have the
Very chill.
podcast.
You cannot get a chiller job, I don't think. Working a surf shop?
Yeah, it's like really like not labor intensive. All I have to do is like stand for 6 hours, which is like still very tiring, but it's like better than nothing, right?
Do you sell people wax? Is it like selling candles?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Very similar, I'm guessing. Wax is wax.
Wax is wax.
I want to talk about now what you guys think about social media in general, because there's been a lot of things just coming out recently about censorship and how that's increasing and ongoing. So yes, Connor, you have to raise your hand, please.
Yeah, I have to signal because it's a hot topic. I genuinely detest social media. I think it's disgusting. I think it's one of the worst things humanity's ever made. I'm gonna bring up. I think it's called The Social Network. I brought it up last time. Yes. Great documentary. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it right now. Take a break, go watch it, and then come back and finish.
No, stay here. You can watch it after. Guys.
All right, watch this, and then watch it after, and then come back and watch this again.
Yes, rerun.
So the thing about social media that's so negative, and I don't know if I was talking about this on the recording or in the pre-show or whatever, but you are looking at an algorithm basically that knows you better than yourself.
Hold on, pause.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I'll have to redo this.
I'm not cutting it. He thinks I'm cutting it. I'm not cutting it.
Window closed. That's why it's so hot in here. Where's my
Shannon, how cold is it? How cold is it over there?
It gets down to like 35 at night, but it's in like the 50s during the day.
Oh, okay. Because you're more north than me. I live in Northern Virginia, for anyone wondering.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I live like 20 minutes from DC, pretty close.
I'm sorry.
But it's cold enough to wear like a winter coat inside because I live, my room's downstairs, so it gets pretty cold down here. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I was saying about social media.
Yeah.
So basically, you're scrolling through this algorithm. I mean, it's just an algorithm with the user interface that knows you better than yourself. Is he leaving again? Oh no, he's grabbing something.
Knows you better than yourself, please.
Yes, that knows you better than yourself and shows you things that you react positively to or that you like, rather than things you react negatively to or that you don't like, and that's due to them getting of your attention, right? So when you're specifically going political on social media, it can easily create extremist groups. So let's say someone is, I don't know, liking stuff from far right, far right groups like Confederate and neo-Nazi and stuff like that, right? They'll be shown more of that content and more of it because the algorithm knows what they like, and it can easily radicalize an individual. And this goes both ways. It goes both far right and far left. And it has created this echo chamber for people that believe that they are always correct, and it's really bad. And like people have said before, it's the biggest threat to our democracy is social media.
And it's almost like you get this sense that everyone in the world agrees with you.
Yes.
I think that definitely ties into the danger.
That's correct. Because people stop talking to each other and they just scroll through their phone when they're in awkward situations or when they're on the bus or when they're at the gym, and they're just reaffirmed every single day that everyone agrees with them. So
another thing about the radicalization thing, I see that all the time on like TikTok, for example. Like I see like 14-year-old communists.
Filth.
And I'm like, how? First off, I don't think you should have a political opinion unless you get a job. You get a job. Because I'm sick of seeing like 14-year-old like.
Some people are gonna like this.
Right? No, hot take, but like.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, Martin. You shouldn't have a political opinion to get a job.
That are like radicalized, both like neo-Nazis and communists, and like I'm not sure when our parents were our age, right? Like what like political discourse was like, but it's like just like so crazy to think about like how social media. That's one thing Connor was right about. I'm a fan of social media. I have like lots of things, but it's just like that's one thing Connor is right about, and how it like leads people to go on like rabbit holes, which leads to like radicalization.
Yeah.
So you have that along with just the, I guess, the addicting nature of it. It's very strange. And
It's made to be addictive so that
mhm,
they earn more money. Because I mean, the saying goes, right? If there's no money, or sorry, if you're not paying for it, then you're the product. So
yeah,
they're trying to get you addicted so that the advertisers will get more money, right? They don't care what you're looking at as long as their advertisers get paid,
yeah. And there's
right?
more advertisers than ever before on it, and on
Oh yeah,
YouTube too. I've noticed. Like I have to
oh
watch
yeah,
like two full 15-second ads, or even like 30 seconds sometimes.
yep,
It's strange. It's because they know you're not going to leave because of the ad. You know that my dumb ass is going to sit there and watch a 30-second ad on baby wipes.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, like you're like, what's the hurt? It's only 15-second ad. I mean, I really
yeah.
want to watch this video, right? And
Hmm.
it's that addictive nature because I mean, if you weren't addicted to it, you'd be like 15-second ad, whatever. I'll go do something else, right? I'll go read a book.
Yeah.
I'll go clean my room.
It's
But
15 seconds though.
a 15-second ad, that's too long,
Think
man.
about all
Time is
the
money.
15 seconds I watch. Yeah.
Yeah, add them up.
And then I refused to get TikTok personally. I know, Connor, we'll
Oh,
talk about after this how you went on like your social media like hiatus or whatever. But I saw TikTok come out and I saw it. I'm like, man, that seems fun as hell. But I cannot afford to have another social media because like I Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. I'm like already on my phone more than I need to be. And I see it and I'm just like, man, I can't get it. And then the whole like Reels thing just came to Instagram. This is like the first time I've seen something like similar to TikTok on my phone, and it's just unbelievable how fast you can get more content and like just how addicting it can be. And I've seen it with everyone, and it's very concerning.
oh yeah. Can I mention TikTok and then talk about how I went
Yeah,
into a
please go.
political, what do you
Yeah,
say, liuta? What do you
I said
say?
hiatus.
Hiatus, right? That's right. Um, so basically, last year in November, I got surgery on my knee, and I was high out of my mind on morphine and stuff like that. And I downloaded TikTok, and I was like, and I had this bright idea while I was high as a kite on, medical drugs or whatever, uh, that I will become TikTok famous by the end of the year. And it was November, right? I mean,
That's
it was
you're
basically
not
the end
giving
of
yourself a
it
lot
was
of time to work
basically the
with.
end of the year, right? But I started posting like regularly, like 4 to 8 times a day, just dumb stuff that I can come up with that was funny and like interesting, I guess. I mean, I pride myself in my content. Um, but eventually I came up with an idea because I saw something. I don't know if you remember the stinky monkey thing, the like orangutan, and it was like, uh-oh,
Maybe.
stinky. Anyways,
Uh-oh, stinky.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that one right there. So I saw a bunch of people with that profile picture, that one in Beanos. And I was like, you know what? We could do this, but with Lego Star Wars profile pictures. So I posted a video about Lego Star Wars profile pictures. It goes viral.
Is this you?
145,000 likes. This is me. This is the guy. 145,000 likes, over 15,000 comments, all with Lego Star Wars profile pictures. So I immediately created Discord, right? This is, I think, December 31st, like end of the year. I'm TikTok famous. My follower count goes up to 20K like overnight, basically just expanding my brand huge. And my username was Connor from TikTok, by the way. If you followed me, I'll send you a profile picture. It's people drew fan art of me, Shannon. I had 5,000 people in this Discord server. I know I was a Discord admin, but it was huge. It was a big hit, and then it all collapsed. And I was like, you know what, this sucks. Social media is destroyed. Basically my like day-to-day life, like I'm always looking at it, I'm always scrolling through it, so I'm just going to delete it. So I deleted my account in February, and I deleted Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, all of it, and I just didn't re-download it until August. Yeah,
You are the man behind the Lego Star Wars profile picture craze.
that's me. I'm
That
one of the
is.
original 4 that like really pushed for it to get started. That's correct.
You should have made that a bigger deal. I swear, I cannot believe that you are the one. That is crazy. I have to make a clip of this. Shannon Show clip. That's hilarious. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
I'll send screenshots and proof if
Please
I
do.
still have any on my phone, so you can verify. Yeah.
I mean, that was a genius idea. I don't think I changed
Thank
my
you.
profile picture, but I considered it. Like that was always a big deal. The
Yeah, you're
characters.
like,
I
yeah.
played a lot
Well,
of Lego Star Wars.
our big goal at first was to get Charlie D'Amelio to change her profile picture, but that happened in 2 days. So we were like, I mean, we didn't know what to do. We were freaking out. We were like having like a celebration. So we just, we were like, well, I guess we already did everything. Like, let's just have fun with it now since it's gonna end soon. But yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
it was fun.
So I want to talk about now something that happened on your podcast that I find hilarious was you had a presidential candidate on the show. I'll start with Martin on the or it doesn't matter to me.
No, Martin, go. I talked a lot.
Also, speaking of a presidential candidate, we have another one coming in the works. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy. Nice.
Yeah.
Is he on the ballot?
He's been ballot on some states, but not all.
Okay. It's okay.
I think he's in Pennsylvania, so.
More presidential candidates than I've had.
All right.
Connor, are you running, Connor?
I'm not running for president. I'm not old
Very
enough.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that was real. Sorry.
I'd make everyone change their profile picture to make it start.
Okay, so Phil, third episode in. So let me explain like the backstory and everything, right?
Please.
So since the beginning, I was like, hey man, wouldn't it be awesome to have like a minor presidential candidate on the podcast? Because I think that would be like such like an interesting like perspective to have. And I was looking through like candidates because I saw this actually really good video like showing all the third party candidates for this election, right? And I saw, so if y'all remember like Prohibition, like the one like in the 1920s,
18th Amendment and 21st Amendment.
18th Amendment, yes, where they banned the consumption of alcohol. It was the Prohibition Party that started this, and for some reason the Prohibition Party is still thing. They're still kicking. Which interesting fact, they're America's oldest third party. So I saw in the video that they still had candidates, right? And it was this guy named Phil Collins, and it's not the singer Phil Collins. It's just some Joe Schmo. It's some Joe Schmo Phil Collins. So I found him on Twitter. I hit him up, and this is the fault. This is the folly of the episode. We did not listen to his voice before we had him on. So we invite him on the Discord, right? And it takes a little while, which I don't blame him. He's like 60 or something. He takes a little bit to join the call, right? Nothing bad, right? So then we're like, hey, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. And before we started recording, he took like 5 seconds between like every 3 words. And I thought it was just like his connection or his like microphone or something.
Thought you had faulty connection.
But like, all of us thought it was faulty connection.
As you listen to it, you realize it's like coherent sentences, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this man had to take like a breather every like 5 seconds or something. I don't know, man.
Connor, can you give me an example?
So I'll give you an explanation from an editor standpoint, and then I'll give you an example.
Okay, please.
So I edited the video. I edit all the videos. I cut stuff out that's like not appropriate, or I cut stuff out that's like, just stuff that you don't want in, like personal information.
Sure.
And I decided for this episode, I would cut out every single time that he took a breath. So every single time that he would like break in between his thoughts, I would cut out. The interview was 30 minutes long in real time, and I cut out 15 minutes. So the video on our channel is 15 minutes, 52 seconds. I cut out 15 minutes of breathing, Shannon.
Do you have the 15-minute clip of just breathing, of just inhaling and exhaling?
That's a great idea. That's a great
Upload
idea.
that. I think that would do well.
All right.
Phil Collins breathing.
Yeah, just clips of Phil Collins breathing, ranked.
Right.
Anyways, so I'll give a quick example. I'll give a quick example. So let's say the topic was Phil Collins speaking. So Phil Collins speaking sounds like this. This is how he sounds. And when you clip it together, it sounds like an actual sentence, right? If you clip that together,
Remarkable.
It would sound like a regular sentence. But it's just when you're trying to ask him, like respond and ask questions back and have a genuine conversation, you have no idea what he's saying. It's really difficult.
So, Phil, what's your opinion on alcohol?
Oh, boy. Oh, Alex talked about this last time. You just reminded me. we would ask him questions about his platform, right? And you would hear like a website or like a mouse click, right? You'd be like, okay, what was that, right? And then you hear like typing, right? You'd be like, all right, dude. And
He's
then
taking
he'd start
notes. He's
reading.
taking notes.
No, he would start reading in a reading voice, like his platform. It's like, this dude's running for president. I will cut him slack though. He's not like he was not the first choice of the Prohibition Party. I mean, but still.
Let me explain, because this was a wild race for the nomination of the Prohibition Party, right?
Maybe more important than the actual presidential election. Maybe. Who knows?
Possibly.
No, like legit. This was like so interesting, right? So the first guy, his name is Bill Bays. So he was the candidate. Then he found out he was caught being a Confederate sympathizer, right?
I think he was like a closet drinker. He was like,
which is way too conservative.
Which
for
is
the
worse.
Prohibition Party, right? So then his VP pick became the nominee, and Phil Collins was actually the VP pick. Then he just stepped down for like medical reasons. Then Phil Collins, third candidate for the Prohibition Party, became the candidate. But
how many people do you think there are? Like, is Phil Collins option 3 out of 3? I can't imagine they have.
Not more than 5. Definitely not more than 5. Like, I mean, I'm surprised that they're still running candidates because it's such an unpopular platform. The one thing that he did say that I actually put some thought into is about the Department of Education being unconstitutional via the 10th Amendment. So check that out if you're interested. It might be true.
Yeah, check out their entire episode with Phil Collins, by the way.
It's 15 minutes, so it won't take you that long.
I edited it very good, so please.
Yeah, check out our episode and then watch the movie and then Connor's episode of Phil Collins.
And then come back and then watch Phil Collins, yeah.
Exactly. I have your entire Saturday planned out for you guys.
So the worst part is me, Alex, and Connor, we had like so many like good questions prepared. And it was just like he's an idiot. Like I'm sorry, Phil, if you're listening to this.
I don't know if he's an idiot. I just think he's
an idiot. He's like legit.
I mean, we didn't send him the questions beforehand because we try to do everything unscripted. Well, like Shannon.
That's the point of like an interview. You don't.
Yeah, I know.
But like the man's an idiot, right? Like, I'm sorry, Phil, if you're like the biggest fan of the Shannon show and you're like listening and you're finding out this way,
probably is.
We hate you. Imagine he's like the biggest fan of the Shannon.
You said he's a veteran, right?
Yeah, he is a veteran.
So it's possible. You're telling me there's a chance.
Martin, I don't think he's an idiot. I think you're downplaying him. I think maybe he was just tired or something, or maybe he just doesn't care. I mean, it could be so many variables. I don't think he's stupid. I mean, he has to be smart to live that long, right? Like it's like necessary.
I guess.
So many old people are stupid. Okay, so like I asked him his thoughts on the war on drugs, right? Because I view the war on drugs as a disaster, right? I asked him his opinion. He's like, "It's good, I guess." like put some thought into like the question. Like if you're pro war on drugs, that's fine, whatever. Just like don't say it's good, I guess.
So you expected a little more effort out of Phil Collins running for president?
Absolutely, all of us did, because we put a lot of effort into our questions, into our outline, into all of it.
Understandable.
And it did not work out the way we thought it would. Mainly because Alex muted himself and he just started playing PS4 and laughing and stuff. So yeah, off topic a little bit. But I really like the Hawaii time zone. It's overlooked. It's 6 hours behind East Coast and it's 3 hours behind West Coast. So you wake up at 9 a.m. and East Coast is basically wrapping up their day. West Coast, it's noon or whatever. I mean, TV, anything, news is already out by the time you wake up. Totally great.
That's fair.
Yeah, I liked it.
Better than Japan time zone for sure.
Oh yeah, Japan's a weird time zone.
Yeah,
it's like 18 hours ahead. It's so weird.
Yeah, you wake up and like everything's already happened. Like there's more stuff on social media whenever you wake up in the morning than obviously. I mean that done. Mm-hmm. But I guess for kids who haven't lived in Japan, which is probably most of you. Yeah, it's a weird place to be, especially when it comes to keeping in contact with people stateside.
It's nearly impossible.
You have to make like a real effort. Like you have to be focused to do that. It's like it's not easy. You have to like wake up early for them. You know the things we do for you, us military kids? Unbelievable. All you civilian peasants.
We stay up late. We do it all.
Shannon,
You guys are just
unrelated.
boring anyways. Yeah, go ahead.
Unrelated, but what's like the dumbest thing you miss about Okinawa?
The dumbest thing I miss?
Yeah, like something you never thought you'd miss, but you like miss.
I'll tell you. I always hated it while I was there, but it was like those random showers just like rolled through and it would rain for like 10 minutes and then it'd be like 90 degrees 10 minutes later. I used to hate them because tennis-wise, like the course would be soaked. I'm like, it was supposed to be beautiful all day and now I can't play. But I mean, it was just so nice, you know, it like comes out. I mean, the humidity afterwards is like, but I don't know. It kept you on your toes. It was kind of unique about it.
Yeah,
the weather.
You know, I like really man. For some reason I miss the Kadena PX.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. I spent like lots of time there.
I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I went into that place. There was just there it is.
3.
No. The Foster Food Court was the place to be. Like
I lived on Courtney
freshman sophomore year. Oh yeah, Courtney was rough.
I think he lived on McT, so we would we'd wake up early, go on the bus. And then
that was terrible.
Sports, we didn't get home till like 7. Yeah, a little bit.
No, you guys were so far away. I couldn't imagine.
No,
I was on Leicester.
The funny thing is, right? Like Kadena from McT was only like in like
much closer.
Normal.
Much closer. Yeah, it was like 15 to 20 minute drive.
Yeah, literally.
But then you guys are.
And then it was 45 minutes to Foster to Kubasaki. So we had a 45-minute bus ride twice a day. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. And another thing about Kubasaki is like the location on Camp Foster is kind of weird. Like it
was so terrible. It was in the
there's
back.
That road that splits Camp Foster somehow. I need to see it from like a bird's eye view because
like,
this is so weird.
I think it's the 58 that goes over that tunnel, and then there's like a bridge that connects this housing section near Popeyes to Kubasaki that goes over the 58. Yeah. But no cars can go on the bridge.
But the bridge is only open for like 2 hours a day on the weekdays, and then every other time it's closed. Whenever school gets open or out.
That's one thing. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Back in when was this? This was 2016. 2017. They didn't have enough funding to fund gate guard. Do you know gate 3 by the base? Or sorry, by the school. There's like a gate right next to the school. And you just drive in and you go right down that road and you're in the school. They closed that gate. So our bus ride was 25 minutes longer because we sat in traffic. Terrible logistic.
Yeah, the gates were always weird times. It was weird stuff went on there. And we all just kind of had to go with it. I like the location of Camp Leicester, right across from Mihama.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, Mihama. I loved Mihama.
Yeah, American Village. Very American. Stuff in...
American Village was a vibe, man. I loved American Village.
American Village was what the Japanese people wanted the Chinese people to think of America. Yeah.
You never forget your first time we went to American Village, I think. I'm not sure if you guys remember.
I forgot my first
time. You
time.
forgot? Oh my goodness. It's just me then. Forget I said that, I guess.
It's just you.
I just made this like general claim. I remember. There's some places there that are they hit different.
Oh, Seaside Hannon. Do you guys ever go to Oh my freaking god. Seaside Hannon.
You know, this reminds me.
Best breakfast place on island.
There's always like every single kid on Okinawa has like this one place that they go to that no one else goes to, and you're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I don't know if you guys know Kai Grub.
They would.
I do know Kai Grub. Sorry, I do know Kai Grub.
Have you got? He was always talking about like this chicken and waffles place.
Oh yeah,
did you guys go there?
CC's Chicken and Waffle was popular.
I
never go, but I heard about it quite a bit.
Is it by the seawall?
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. He was always inviting me to go for like every meal of the day, every day. I'm like, look, man, it's kind of out of my way. I don't know. Anyways, he was obsessed with it.
Seaside Hannon, like the pancakes were like this thick, right? Mm-hmm. They had like bacon steak things. Oh my freak! I would kill them out.
I think Martin, we can all agree that Coco's Curry is superior to Seaside.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Coco's Curry is the best chain restaurant in the world.
It might be.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna get
kind of a hot take.
I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I've never been to Coco's.
Oh, get off the phone.
How?
Oh my!
Wait,
You
wait.
lived
How
in
long did
Oki,
you live in
India.
Japan?
I just didn't go. I just didn't go to Coco.
No, listen. If you didn't go to Coco's, you are making a concerted, like a focused effort to not go there. Like
I
you
just
had to have been like invited at one point, or like
Yeah.
thought about going there.
I
You're like,
still
no.
remember my order. I still remember what I would order.
Yes.
I still remember.
You were
And
like,
you didn't
I'm
even
not
go.
going.
Yeah.
I
It was-
just didn't go.
You're like, I'm not gonna go because you
So
wanted to be that guy. It's like the people who have like never seen Star Wars in their life. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Posers,
Like,
man. Posers.
like,
Just
exactly.
posers.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like trying to not do it so they can have something interesting about themselves. That's what you are. That was
Okay.
sounded meaner than I wanted it to be, but
If I ever return to Ireland, first thing I'll do is go to Coco's.
Okay.
oh wow, I feel so much better.
If you ever land in an airport in Japan, either they have it in every airport, I'm positive.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the Cocos on the west coast of the United States is not as good. Martin, don't go there.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah,
Cocos
don't
on the
go.
West Coast.
I
Yeah,
wonder,
they have
wait,
Cocos Ichibanya in Hawaii and California, and I think also Utah and Colorado. No, not Colorado. It's like Arizona or something. No, it's not
hold
Arizona.
on. Let
I can't
me
remember.
look up the farthest
But
Coco's.
I'll tell you what's wrong with the Cocos in the United States compared to the Cocos in Japan. They do their katsu wrong. They do it completely wrong. All right, because in Japan it's thin breading and really meaty meat, lean meat.
Yeah,
And then in the United States, they mess it up because they give you this fatty piece of meat, right? Like normally when I get
Shit.
chicken, I expect lean meat.
It's
Fatty
it's like
piece of meat with like
25 minutes away
panko.
from me.
Yeah, it's close. It sucks though. Don't go with panko breaded, and then fried in like vegetable oil rather than like their regular tonkatsu fish oil or whatever they fried in. I don't know. It's
you
not
know what you're
as good.
talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I know
It
that.
sounds like you do. Yeah,
It's not as good. They mess up
he's a
your
curry critic.
The curry tastes the same. If you're just there for curry, go. If you're there for also the katsu, the pork katsu, the chicken katsu, don't go. It's not
Yeah.
it's not worth your time or money. Oh, and they also only accept cash.
Odd.
I learned that the hard way.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's like those memes where like it's like you go to the doctor and you get your broken leg fixed and then your
Yeah.
credit card declines and they break your leg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They make you throw
Yeah.
up the curry.
I went to Coco's. I paid with my credit card. They only accept cash, and they made me throw up the curry. That's what happened.
Back onto the plate.
Back onto the plate.
And then you
served
had to
in a different
arrange it.
person. Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Oh my god. This is graphic. I had something else. I'm forgetting now. Oh, something I just want to make a point about Japanese food in general. I remember like Lawson's and Family Mart. First of all, great.
Family Mart gang.
I was personally a 7-Eleven fan, but you can leave me out of this.
I'm a Lawson's guy. Whatever. Irrelevant.
I hope you have ugly kids, Shannon. Anyone who likes Lawson's over Family Mart is
Are you
Lawson's
serious?
Lawson's wasn't bad, bro. Lawson's
I'm
wasn't
dead
bad.
ass,
Family
but-
Mart was okay, but Lawson's
Family
way
Mart
too
was like,
Family Mart.
I don't know. Family Mart's like generally accepted as better for some reason, but
It is better because it is better.
like,
It's fat.
you wish Family Mart was better. You never really took the time to actually weigh the pros
Yeah.
and cons of both.
That's what
You
that
just
was.
like you're like everyone always says Family Mart is better. You probably went to Family Mart first. And you're like, this is the best place. And you go to Lawson, you're like, what is this shit? But you realize you do know that they're like basically the same, and we're arguing over this for no reason.
Oh yeah.
Only thing that's different is that Lawson's has a much better entree selection,
Oh yeah.
no doubt.
And
Their
they're
food
blue.
better.
And they're blue.
Yes, and their blue and their logo, like it seems more like
Welcoming. Family friendly.
it is.
All right.
welcoming,
Family
yeah.
Mart has the word family in it, but it's not family friendly, okay?
No, it's
It's
not.
like a scary logo, the store's
It
bright.
throws you off. Yeah.
It makes you nervous to shop there. Mm. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
How was that louder? Like the further you away from it.
Please censor that too. Please censor
I don't know,
that too.
censor. That's gonna be a long censor too.
I was okay. So I moved to Japan when I was 9 years old. I just turned 9, and I moved to Iwakuni, Japan, at mainland. So I went to MC Perry before Okinawa.
Oh wow.
So I'm a 7-Eleven guy because they have 7-Eleven over in the mainland. Way
They
better.
don't really have it in Oki.
They don't have it at all in
I think it
Okinawa.
was
They
just coming in. I think it
Yep.
might be there now. I'm not sure.
never-
but-
Mhm.
I went to like a 7-Eleven in like Thailand maybe, but it
Oh
was
no, that's gross, man.
was
Japanese and Korean
maybe
7-Elevens are way-
uncomfortable. Yeah.
Trannies. How many trannies were there?
Thailand scares me mainly because of that reason. They're so like you can't tell. Like everyone's the imposter. Hold on. Please cut that out. Please cut that out. or just censor it, man.
No, that's great.
So
That might be in the
hold
trailer.
on. To back up my claim, I went to Thailand in 2018, and at this time I think I was 15 or 16 years old. I downloaded Tinder because I thought it would be funny, just kind of like look around the area, right? And every single Tinder bio had she-male in it. It was incredible. I couldn't find a single biological female on Tinder. Yeah. So fun fact there.
I didn't. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yeah.
It's kind of. I didn't realize that when I was there. Are they just like really good at it? Like they're kind of.
I don't think everyone is. I think it's just because like Tinder's a dating app and they don't see it as like a straight dating app. I think it's more used for, that purpose, like how we have Grindr for like gay dating app or homosexual dating app.
How would you know that, Connor?
How would I know that? Well, I did my research, Martin. I made sure I was downloading a transgender dating app in Thailand because I'm really interested in that stuff. Yeah.
I didn't learn about it until I was researching Mart and I saw his profile because I was trying to find your YouTube channel, but I ran into his Grindr, unfortunately.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Like social credentials. It's like kind of like a LinkedIn for me.
You just mixed it up with LinkedIn. They're the same thing, right?
No, it's also like
Created
any like gay employers. I'm like, hey, I'm not gay, but here are my credentials. Here's my resume.
Back when I did TikTok, I created a Tinder, and I posted like funny edited photos. I'll send you some examples, Shannon. And I got banned within a week, but I made so many matches on Tinder. Yeah. Well, I got banned because my bio said I was like, oh no, I'm not actually 34. I'm 12. But so I edited it to make me look like Megamind, right? And I said I went to Yale University and I was like 34 or something, and like my name was Bartholomew. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was well thought out, I'll tell you that.
Dude, okay, so my Tinder got banned the other day, man.
Oh yeah, why?
So basically, right, my Tinder just got like hacked, right? So I opened up Tinder one day. I'm on like break from work, and I get like 34 matches, and I'm ugly as frick. So I'm like, whoa.
Oh my god. Guys, hit up Martin. Come on.
Please do. But
Please.
Then I look at but it's like, I see it's like all guys that hit me up. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm straight. What's going on? Then I look at my account. It's literally some female. It's a girl, right? And someone just hacked my account. My account.
So is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
It's a terrible thing.
Did they keep your name?
They kept my name, and they're like,
"Oh my goodness!"
They just said, "Oh, my name's Jessica Martin." Blah blah blah, and like, what the frick, right? So later that day, my Tinder got banned. So I tried to make a new account, but like my phone number was connected to that Tinder. So literally, I cannot make a new account.
Did you let all your ladies know that you wouldn't be back for a while?
Yeah.
Did you?
Nice one, Shannon. Nice one.
This is not a hate on Martin podcast. That's not. I don't know why that turned into that. I'm sorry, guys. Martin's a friend of the show.
It said he didn't go to Coco's. That's why.
Yeah, it's the Cocos and the not being able to win the rock paper scissors and the what was it? Other thing you said?
Mart.
Oh, the Family Mart. Yes, it was the Family Mart.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the line.
I can't forget. I don't know how you forgot. Yeah.
Sorry. It's a long show. I'm going to wrap up a little bit about military kid life in general. I know we talked about this in the last recording, but I think it's important that we talk about it again just because this is the best military kids podcast on the internet still. All this time it has been. And I want to talk about what you guys think are some of the traits that you possess now as you're wrapping up your high school lives that you have obtained mainly due to the military kid lifestyle that you've had to, live.
Martin, we gotta extend this. We gotta extend this to his longest episode yet. Okay, we have to just
all right, that.
All right, because I think his longest episode was with Ari or something, and it's like 47 minutes, or it's with that other girl, that museum girl. I'll check.
I think if you get to an hour, you beat it.
I've checked.
If we get to an hour, we beat it. Well, I mean, an hour is beatable in the future. I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's get hour 30.
It depends what I have to cut too, guys. So you might have to give yourself a little bit of cushion on the other side.
You're not cutting that much. You're not cutting that much. There's nothing bad. Okay.
I have to get some of Martin's breathing out of there. I mean,
Your longest episode, I'll tell you right now, it is okay. Doctor, yeah, it's
seriously,
that
also
one girl.
Western.
Yeah, 55 minutes.
And
That's
how many
beatable.
views does it have? How many views?
It has 121 views.
Yes, sir. Thank you to the
Pretty
Shan.
good.
Also, one
Pretty
thing about her
good.
before you guys continue. One thing about her, she's doing this. I posted it on my Instagram. She's requesting for kids to send in military kid stories, and she really wants a lot from our generation because they put together this anthology every year with military brat stories from like forever ago, like since the 40s, and they compile it into the 75th anniversary of their book. And I don't know, I've stayed in contact with her since our episode, so I think it'd be really cool if we can send in some of our stories, even if we're not as interesting as like people who had to, I don't know, sleep wrapped in a carpet. I just made that up. That's terrible. I just had a great bit for that.
Sleep wrapped in a carpet. I don't know what's so bad about that, bro. I mean,
It
people have literally died, and you're like sleep wrapped in a carpet.
like nice
I
and
don't know, man.
like a soft one. Like they're fine, guys. Yeah.
Oh, what was it was the trait you possess, correct?
Yes, from military kid lifestyle.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The trait you possess with military kid lifestyle. I said this last time, I'll say it again. It's perseverance. It's perseverance every time. And that comes in a lot of aspects of my life. Perseverance to be disciplined, perseverance in my schoolwork, perseverance in meeting friends, stuff like that. And I think it's very important for people to learn it, to just not give up, just keep working. Because eventually, I mean, if you fail, eventually you're just going to succeed. So you just gotta keep working. So that's one thing moving around a lot has taught me personally.
Completely agree. Very good trade. Martin, do you have something else?
Yeah, again, what I said last recording. It's just you have to have the ability to talk to people, right? Because you cannot. This is just like life in general. You cannot afford being shy because once you graduate high school, that's not going to cut it, right? So being social, you will not survive in the real world if you just this shy person, because that's not how like life works, right? You're not gonna move on. You're not gonna succeed. You're not gonna like get that promotion, for example, if you're just like if you don't know how to talk to people.
Your shy person impersonation is spot on.
Thank you.
So, like, yeah, thank you, Connor.
And that's just like how I used to be, right? Then I grabbed gruesome balls.
Now you have a podcast.
Gruesome balls.
I'm not censoring that. That's perfect. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Ball, because one is bigger than the other.
Okay.
All right, that's gonna wrap up this episode.
Hold on.
I'm not sure if they made the cut. No, I'm sorry. No. That's not how this works.
No, please. We didn't even give you our kubasaki story.
Yeah.
You gotta give our
Hold on.
opinions on politics, Shane.
Yeah, we got to get some good stuff. I think last time you asked us about the most important election in history and about what else did he say? You said censorship this time. What else did he talk about? Well, I got the outline. Why am I asking?
No, you can't look at my out. It's cheating. I'm gonna unsend it. Wait, it's erased.
Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna make it unless I already screenshot it.
My phone's so slow. You're a monster.
All right, here we go. Ready?
No, you can't read my outline. My show. This is not. Do you see? I do work really hard on these. Like, it takes a lot of planning.
Dude,
yeah.
These are good outlines.
Yeah, shout out, guys. No, I'm not gonna shout out myself. What am I doing? It does take a lot of time, though. A lot of work.
Man, give yourself a pat on the back.
Seriously, it takes a lot of time to do the editing. I'm sure you understand.
It takes a lot of time to get people even on here. It takes a lot of time if your video corrupts. I mean, like it's used.
I kind of feel bad because I'm like the guy inviting all the guests. So like.
No, that's. I think that's your job. I mean, we haven't really set up jobs yet. I think that's what you're in charge of, really. Like just getting guests on. I edit, stuff like that. Like
because
we all do like our own.
Fine with that, because I just don't like want to invite people that like I want to. You know, if that makes sense.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay.
No one can see it. The light.
Yeah, I know. It's so bright. Sorry, I never don't have my phone screen that bright. Now probably. Yeah, now you definitely can't see it.
Okay, anyways, I just saw myself.
Can you see it this time?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Oh,
please,
yeah.
everyone. Yeah.
You know what that is?
Very hard.
That's his outline.
Good ass outline.
Good outline. I was impressed when I saw it. Yeah. And he strayed from it this time. He totally skipped over an entire bracket.
Yeah, well,
Bracket.
like
Because he's trying to cut down on
57 minutes
time.
in.
Hey,
Exactly.
listen.
It's a lot of editing. I have to prepare for my future self. My future self is gonna
We're
hate
not
me.
gonna. I mean, there's not that much editing. It's just like
Oh.
censoring Mark's beeps. You'll be fine, Shannon. You'll be fine. It'll be worth it. Watch time, right? That's what you're about.
Not if they don't like if it's too long. Yes, go ahead.
Sponsorships
They'll-
also.
They'll think it's
This
they
episode
will
is
think this
spon- of the
episode is amazing.
Shannon Show.
They'll be captivated by
Yeah.
our stories and our inputs. That they'll just want to that they'll just they'll feast on our words.
I am doing a
That's
2-hour
what it is.
episode for Halloween though. Halloween special.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
are you really? With who?
Kenneth and Garrett.
Oh, nice.
Are you gonna wear costumes during?
Yeah,
I am wearing a costume. You have to see. I'm
should.
a president. I'm a president. I'm telling you.
Okay. Dang, I was gonna suggest the Kool-Aid Man, but that works too.
No, he's already there.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Big sexy. We can't say the word Kool-Aid Man on the show.
Big sexy.
Actually, we probably can. I don't think there'll be any issues.
Like Kool-Aid corporate is like.
I straight like rip off other brands for my merch, but
Who contacted me that got angry about me using their brand? It was someone when I did TikTok. Someone got really angry that I was using their brand and contacted me, but I wasn't using their brand. It was a joke. Anyways. Oh no, it was Target that contacted me. So I used to work at Target. Hold on, I'll be right back.
What's going on here? Does headphones die?
I'm back. Okay, so I used to work at Target. That's me.
Is that fan
used to
art
be-
or did you make that?
This is fan art here.
Oh my god, you
Pretty nice,
fan art
right?
of Connie.
Pretty nice. This is my name tag. So I used to work at Target, right? And it was kind of my brand at first. I want to be like Connor from Target, like replacing Alex from Target. But then I quit because I didn't like the position. I won't get into that. But I still used the
people hate
brand.
working there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I worked at self checkout. I have shoplifting stories. Like I got 4 to 5 shoplifters a day. Anyways, I quit, and Target got angry that I was still using Connor from Target, even though I wasn't associated with their brand. And they messaged me, they emailed me, like, "Hey, you need to stop." And I was like, "Oh shoot." Anyways, so I changed my name to Connor from TikTok. And then after I deleted TikTok, Connor from Chinese spyware, because it's Chinese spyware spying on you right now. Delete it.
Is it let them know?
Loyal.
Yeah.
Stay loyal to the union, fellas. Delete TikTok.
All right. This is going to wrap up this episode of the Shannon Show. It was an absolute pleasure having 2/3 of the Generation 3 podcast, Connor, Brennan, and Martin Pereira. Make sure you check out their YouTube channel and my episode with them and all their upcoming episodes with hopefully another presidential candidate coming out soon. Follow them on Instagram at Generation 3. Is that it? What is it?
Gen 3. Like
Gen
the
3?
word 3. And then 3. Yeah.
Gen
I know,
3.
Gen 3 was already taken. It's Gen, the word 3, and then the numeral.
Just
3.
put it on text. Just put it on the screen.
It's cool. It's cool.
Gen 33. And
I suppose.
yeah, it works. And be on the lookout for their merch. And shout out to Alex who couldn't make it again. And hopefully this recording saves. And if it does, you guys will be hearing me right now. If you don't hear me, then that's very sad because I won't be hearing me either. So see you guys next week for the Halloween special. Big episode. Kenny and Garrett coming on the show.
This next